What up, what up, what up? Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Nation. It's bad, Cowboy Nation. And y'all already know that, but it's bad, bad. I was feeling bad, and I was like, well, maybe they, listen to James Slater, maybe they got something up their sleeve. But then when I saw that they brought back Jordan Lewis, it's over. The Joneses are outdated. The Jones are being outclassed. It's seriously time for them to step down and get some more radical people in our front office because they have completely lost their way. Jordan Lewis, not Gilmore, not Tyron Smith, Jordan Lewis. The fact that they went out and made sure that he came back so soon as if he was going to come off the market anytime soon. And this is not a Jordan Lewis bash session, but let's be clear. He's clearly, he was, that we have corners on the team already that's better than him. You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with giving Israel Matumlaka an opportunity? We have other corners that have stepped up and played better than him, so I don't know why that would be a priority to bring him back. But that tells me right now that it's going to be a lot of the same old, and this is about to be bad, bad, bad. Like, it's so many pieces that's still out there. So many pieces that we already missed, but it's so many pieces that's still out there. The fact that you prioritize Jordan Lewis says right then and there that they have no idea what they're doing and what's going on. And it's clear that the Joneses are outdated and being outclassed by all these other organizations. You have to do something radical. If the Dak Prescott contract or the other contracts that are trying to be put in place are what's holding up everything, then maybe we got to do what some of these other teams do, make a move. Like, if Kirk Cousins can come over an Achilles and get a deal from Atlanta, I think we could have traded Dak to Atlanta. I'm not saying that's would have been the answer, but if my thing is this, you have to find ways to make the teams better. The team did not get better. All the teams around us got better. Even the teams that we're competing with are getting better, but we did not get better. We are getting worse while they are getting better. That's a recipe for a bad season. That's a recipe for even if we do salvage the season, we're going to end up with the same result. We're going to be mad, hurt come playoff time again. What are the Joneses doing? What are they doing? And everybody, what Daz tweeted said, I'm going to reiterate what Daz says. Listen, no, it's not all Dak's fault. Ultimately, everything it looked like it's clear who the problem is. It's clear that the Joneses are the problem. But here's where I got my problem with Dak. When you are these guys who hold out for these mega contracts and get these mega contracts, you may lose valuable pieces. But what you have to do, if you do that, you have to be the guy that can say, I can put the team on my back and put you through. When all that fails, I can find a way to pull it all together. Now, that's a lot to ask, but that's what you're saying when you get these marquee, colossal contracts. Like, for instance, Patrick Mahomes. He had a colossal contract. So he lost Tyreek Hill and he lost some of his key pieces, but guess what? He won the chip anyway. And now he's going back to the table saying he's willing to renegotiate his contract so they can make the team more talented. That's what the great ones do. You have to evaluate what's more important to you, the great big contracts or making sure your team is in the best position to win. That's a decision. I'm not saying it's Dak's fault, but I would have loved it to see him and say, okay, man, I'm willing to restructure to do it for the better of the team. That he didn't do. He don't have to do it, but right now your team really needs you to do that because right now we are in shambles. You don't have a starting running back. Deuce Vaughn and Malik Davis is the running backs on your roster right now. What is your plan for running back? Unless it's some guy in college or somebody they're probably going to get from work release that they're going to, because if Dallas is, the Jones are famous for pulling somebody that's been suspended or out the league 3, 4, 5 years and dragging them back out and hoping that they can, salvage some sort of, production. You're famous for that. We did it with Alden Smith. We did it with Robert McClain or whatever his name was a few years ago. We just did it with Matavius Bryant. Like, they're forever digging somebody out the ashes. But, man, come on, man. It's a lot of pieces out there that we can just like Derrick Henry went for $8 million. Derrick Henry signed for $8 million. $8 million a year. We didn't have $8 million for Derrick Henry. Saquon went to Philly for $12 million. We didn't have $12 million. What are the Joneses doing? What exactly are you working on? I hope they come up with something up their sleeve that really makes us blows our socks up, and I doubt it. It's time to get them up out of there. It's time to do something different. If the contracts that these major players is what's holding up, then you're gonna have to make a shift. You're gonna have to do something radical. You're gonna have to do something different. If you have to trade somebody and get some picks or whatever to make the team better, do whatever you got to do to compete. Because I can tell you now, Philadelphia won't quit. They're gonna keep adding and keep adding and keep adding. Eventually, they're gonna make it over. But what you cannot do is have a couple good players, a couple great players, and then mix them in with a bunch of D players. Jordan Lewis should not be back on this roster right now. I'm sorry. There's no reason whatsoever for Jordan Lewis to be back right now. You have young corners that's coming up. Why would you go get Jordan Lewis and not bring back Gilmore? Which one was more valuable? I feel a lot more, if we didn't do nothing else, I would feel a whole lot more better if we came into the season with Trayvon, Steph, and Bland, like we started last year. That's fine. But then, and if one of them get hurt, then use the younger guys, Eric Scott, Israel Matumlaka. Them guys, let them get their chance. I'm not liking what I'm saying in Cowboy Nation. Y'all should be scared, because I know I am. So maybe they'll salvage the season, and so it ain't so bad, and we ain't got to be like in last place or, have a terrible record. But even with that, we want more than that. We deserve to be able to sit down in our chair and go crazy because we done finally made it to a championship game and possibly get our chance to lose to Patrick Mahomes. Not saying that, I'm just saying at least do something. Give me a reason to be delusional. Give me a reason to be delusional. People say Cowboy fans are delusional. A lot of them sometimes are. But I right now, and for the last few years, you haven't even given me a reason to even do that. Give me a reason to go crazy and be delusional. That's all I'm asking for. Right now, Jerry, and son, y'all ain't it. Signed off. A heartbroken fan.